thought it was 2. But I remember. I was like, I'm missing Mary, like, name drops. I don't know. That's like the story for me.
Straight up, yeah.
Yo, what's up? Well, it was busy this morning and it's like dead right now.
I know it is. Sometimes it's hit or miss at night.
Yeah, but this morning I was really surprised they came in and it was like every single seat was taken.
Wow.
That's great.
I'm so glad I don't work mornings.
Yeah. Everyone's getting their morning cup of coffee.
Yeah.
I refuse to work anything before 1.
Friday evenings though seem to be pretty packed here though.
They are. It's Saturday.
Tuesday?
Sometimes Sunday too.
Tuesday nights
Only
are the
place that's
worst.
open.
Tuesday nights are the worst.
Yeah, Sunday it's like you guys are the only. It's like the only shop.
So people be in here until like 8:30.
All the outcasts, all the neurodivergent people.
Yeah.
Everyone, we're in
All
here.
the sinners.
Yeah, we're in here burning, right? While everyone else is in church.
It's like you're ill.
Yeah. Welcome to hell.
Woo!
Yeah. Have you guys ever heard that about Jehovah's Witnesses? Why they have no windows on their churches?
I haven't.
It's so they don't see everyone burning outside while they go to church.
Is that true?
People have just told me that growing up. I don't know. I've heard it a lot from like, this is the joke.
They're like just as kooky.
Yeah, well they go around like knocking on doors. I've had Jehovah's Witnesses come and it's just like,
Yeah.
the thing about Jehovah's Witnesses is it seems like it's usually older people. The LDS church usually just does young people.
It is. Yeah.
Jehovah's Witnesses, they're usually older. Yeah. Well, Jehovah's Witnesses, it's like you can't celebrate birthdays. They actually have a lot of their own. Like I know that one's a fact.
Yeah.
You don't celebrate birthdays or anything like that.
What fun is that?
No no celebrations or something like that about time or age. It has something to do with like you're eternal, you're not like immortal or something like that.
Yeah, I feel like I've heard that before.
But yeah, I'm pretty sure that one's true.
Yeah.
Yep, Jehovah's Witnesses, J-Dubs. Yo, what's up, Biggs? If you like think about it, it really is wild where it's like 90% of the people that live here, they get tested like every 3 months whether or not they believe in Joseph Smith.
Do they really?
Yeah. In the church, you'll have to go in and meet with they'll ask you like 5 questions. They'll say like, are you sinning in your life? If you are, like, what sins are you doing? They'll say like, do you believe in God? Do you believe in Jesus Christ as the one and only Savior of mankind? Do you believe in Joseph Smith as a prophet who restored the true church on earth? They'll ask you all those questions. And if you say no, then it's like that you'll have to meet with your parents and like, yeah.
That's like maybe
So-
convincing you to like.
Yeah, no, it's like if you don't believe in it, like you're an outcast
Yeah.
or whatever. It really is crazy. But yeah, they'll give you those interview questions like every it's like 3 to 6 months or something like that. They'll check up on you.
Wow.
But, you haven't had coffee in a week? You feel like a complete mess? Yeah, man, I'm on like 2 days, and I drink Red Bulls. I drink Red Bulls outside of here, and I drink like an energy drink in the morning, dude. I run off caffeine. I am the caffeinated man, dude. They say that the industrial era was like sparked off of caffeine. Caffeine is what like made the industrial era. I feel slow without it. I feel like I'm not keeping up. I'm sure there's like an addiction to that, you know what I mean? Where it's like Just like the rapid paced like thoughts it makes you have and stuff like that, you know? I'm sure it is. Has something to do with that. Yeah, sluggish. Yeah, exactly. It's like if I don't have it, like I feel like super sluggish or whatever. I gotta feel like snappy, you know? I like it how though you can just like chill. It's like having coffee's like an excuse. Where is everyone? There's nobody here in the coffee shop. It's just like me. There's literally just me and like 2 workers, but in the chat, I don't know. Some nights there's a lot of people in here. Like I came in like 2 nights ago. Like on Saturday, it was just me. No one showed up in chat. So it was just me in chat, but I just like sat and like made up something to talk about. Made it worth my time, made it worth my while. Yeah, I mean, there's like 4. It says there's 4 people here. When I said I had, oh, you saw me when I said that? Yeah, I was like, you know what? Maybe I'm done talking. Maybe it's like, maybe I really have nothing else to say. I just felt like that. You know what I mean? Maybe it was just the weekend and I like needed a break or something, you know? It could have just been that. It could have just been that it was like, it was the weekend and I just like, you know, like I was ready to like take a break. Because Sunday I like totally took a break, you know? On Sunday I totally just like took a hiatus or whatever. Leave of absence from the channel, kind of. Shredded them on the game, yeah. That was wild. I like tried again after that. I was like, damn, I did so good with him. I was like on. I was like on everybody, but it's like you're right. Like my cursor, it was like glue on everybody. It was like straight up just like stuck on bodies, bro. And I was just stacking up bodies, going like 26-0, 30 even. Getting MVP. I was getting MVP like every game. It was wild, dude. And then I went and I like tried more and I was like, it was like for some reason for like those 3 hours or something like that, I was like locked in. I could like clip it. I could go back and like find the stream that I did, you know what I mean? And I could like clip it or something like that. But yeah, I don't know. I tried recreating it, you know what I mean? It was just like something happened and it was just like the perfect time or something like that. It was like the perfect timing of events. I know. They must have changed something, man. It's like the Matrix. They must have changed something. Or something, you know? They like saw I was too good and they like changed the game. Do you walk to the gas station a lot and get snacks? I used to do that when I lived in this place called Logan. I lived in a city called Logan and I was going to Utah State University. I just lived in like some apartments. They were pretty like run down. The apartments were called like the Chateau. I lived like 10 years in like scrappy apartments, you know what I mean? Like when I was a freshman in college, sophomore in college, I lived in this place called Willowbrook for like 4 years. It was all just like scrappy apartments. It was definitely ghetto. But I used to just walk to the gas station. I used to just put on music, dude. That was my jam, dude. I'd walk to this gas station, and it was an Indian gas station, and I'd buy like a Coke. I'd always buy a Coke every blue moon, yeah. I would always buy a Coke and like Fritos and like bean dip or something like that. And I'd come home and I'd watch like a YouTube video, and I'd drink my Coke and eat like Fritos with bean dip. And I would just get those from the gas station. But I just didn't have, you know what I mean? Like I hung out with myself all the time. I was like a loner, kind of like I am now still, you know, but I would just walk there, grab my stuff. And sometimes I'd buy like, there was like it was like an Indian gas station, and I'd buy like Indian bread. They had this bread called like naan bread, and I'd buy like this naan bread from there, from like the Indian gas station every once in a while. I'd like make like wraps out of it and stuff like that. Yeah, Fritos and bean dip, dude, from the gas station. Yep, that was my life for like 2 years. I like went to school there for 2 years, and I would just walk to the gas station. I'd listen to music, and then I'd go and I'd like sit down somewhere. Dude, I was on one, bro. That makes me feel like I was like so tripped out, dude, on life. Just like life is so trippy, dude. Just for like 2 years, I would go on a walk in like all times of the year, snowy, rainy, whatever, dude. I would just go on a walk. I'd go to the gas station. I'd go and sit down and like write some poetry or something like that. Just like under a tree. And it was just like, you know what? Like it was like I'm doing this, and I just did it for like 2 years. But yeah, I was on like this fit, dude. I would just go to the gas station, get Fritos, a Coke, and bean dip. It'd be my snack, bro. I ate scraps, dude. Though while I was in those apartments, I basically just ate like scraps. I'd make like soup, dude. These were my like two things. These are my two get-togethers, dude. I'd make like egg drop soup, but all I'd do is I'd boil water, and I'd crack pepper, and I'd throw cracked pepper into boiling water, and then I would like mix up these eggs really fine, and I'd like drop them in the water, and they would like boil out, and I just called it egg drop soup. And I would drink that and eat the eggs, and that's like what I would eat, dude. Just like water with pepper and eggs. That's how like on a budget I was, dude. This place cost like $100 a month to stay at, and it was like everything was falling apart, dude. I'll tell you one funny story of me like living in like the slums, dude. The bathtub was so gross, dude, and just like all these people living in there for like 30 or maybe even longer, dude, like 50 years or something like that. I don't even know how long, but the apartments were old, dude. I took a bath in the bathtub once and I got sick, dude. That's how gross this place was. Just like, I took a bath and got sick, dude. Never again. If I ever live in an apartment and it's not like one that, you know what I mean, is like new or renovated or something, don't ever take a bath, dude. Apartment bathtubs are nasty. But that's like my like slum experience. I actually have more. So this other place I used to live in called Willowbrook. You love Ship Shape? Nice. Yeah, that one's pretty dope, huh? It's like, leave my planet. I can't stand it. I'll leave this planet later, nerds. Yeah, I know which one you're talking about. I don't say much, but I tried to like time everything right to the beat, you know what I mean? So like, when I lived in this one place called Willowbrook, it was like me and I lived with all the football players, and it was just ghetto, dude. It was so ghetto. Like everybody smoked, like the cops were always around because it was like everybody was dealing, you know what I mean? Like everyone was underage, everyone was drinking. This place was as ghetto as it gets, basically, you know what I mean? Like there was the crackhead that was there too, just like some 30-year-old guy that like hung out with all the athletes because he was just like a dealer or whatever. But I mean, yeah, that place was pretty ghetto. People stealing, everybody stealing from each other. Like I guess I grew up in like some hard places, you know what I mean? Like it was just like There's like a bunch of kids from Oakland that live there with me. Just, you know what I mean? So, but everyone had to lock down their stuff like all the time. Like I said, everything was like getting stolen all the time. Everybody was like stealing each other's girl. There was like one girl that was like going, and then there was like one girl that was going around sleeping with everybody. But yeah, that place was pretty nasty too. Check it out when you get home for sure, man. You're gonna inspire me, dude. I'm gonna have to make another song, bro. I'm gonna have to make another one. You're gonna inspire me. Everybody's scrapping for money. People just selling shit. It's like, I swear, everyone just like stealing shit and selling shit. I mean, that's basically as bad as it gets. People having guns, getting arrested for having guns, and they don't have like it registered. It's like an unregistered weapon or whatever. What the hell? Makes me really think like, damn. I never thought I'd be there. All right, yeah, for sure. I'm ready for it, bro. I really am. Like, I think that you do a very good job at like picking the instrumentals and like, dude, you're like a typewriter with those words, man. My songs, it's like I just say like a few words. It seems like, you know what I mean? It's just like I always say just like a few words, but yours is like a typewriter like going off. Like a typewriter just like got like. It's like fed Gatorade somehow, you know? Back when like Gatorade was like the drink. Or like Sunny D. Typewriter on Sunny D, bro. With some vanilla. Vanilla flavoring, dude. Yeah, you're gonna inspire me. I'm gonna have to write something. I'm gonna have to like find a beat that I like, and I'm gonna have to write something. Yeah, dude, I never really realized it's like I was there, dude.
Like I have to have something going, otherwise my brain is loud. That's not even clear.
Oh yeah, that one? Yeah, all the politics and famine. I thank God that I'm still jamming. Yeah, I know which line you're talking about. All the politics, war, and famine. I thank God that I'm still jamming or something. Yeah. That's like five year ago me, dude. That's funny. I was like driving around. I was like just wandering around. I'd like wander up in the mountains and try and write music and stuff. I thought like, you know what? You never know.
Read the list and then I'm gonna walk in.
Okay, me too.
Hop up in my spaceship and leave this planet. I really can't stand it. Later, nerds.
You gotta lock in.
I know.
It's funny, huh? That's funny. Just imagine imagine 5 years ago me doing that. Driving around trying to like write shit. Deep down you're a nerd. That's cool. You know Presley always comes on here. He calls me a nerd every time. He's like, you're like Leonard from The Big Bang Theory or whatever. I know deep down I'm a nerd too, dude. It's like I can try to be like hard all I want, but deep down I'm just a nerd. I love cartoons and superheroes and all that stuff. Everything else is just the armor I've had to put on because it's like that's what I love, so. All the video games. I mean, you know most of the video games I'm playing, and you know most of the characters, you know what I mean? Like, you were telling me, you're like, oh yeah, Elden Ring, like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm sure there's a lot of people that don't know that. Computers, games, and gadgets. Yeah, to me, it's like, just like the future, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I I love that stuff too. When I was a kid, did you ever see Inspector Gadget? The guy with all the gadgets or whatever? And he was like half robot, and like all that was human of him was like his brain or something like that. Yo, what's up, NDT? Welcome. Yeah, with Penny, yeah. Yo, NDT, what do you think this stream's about, dog? We're still trying to figure it out ourselves. Oh, the thumbnail's awesome. Yeah, I uploaded a picture of myself with like curly hair. I uploaded a picture of myself and I asked ChatGPT, I said, make this into an anime. And so it made that picture. And then I said, after I uploaded that one for the gym, I uploaded the picture and I said, make everybody drink coffee. And so that's all ChatGPT. But dude, did you see that Big Bang animation thing I made? One of my shorts? I like spent like 5 hours trying to get ChatGPT to like make a Big Bang animation where it's like, it has like a Big Bang and then it has like, it forms proteins and then it forms like cells and then it forms a human like consciousness and then it forms like the universe again. Did you see that video? You might like that one if you haven't seen it, man. I could like even send you the program and you could like mess around with it yourself if you wanted to. I could send you both those programs. I could email both those programs to you and you could like test them out yourself. And you could like see that one, how cool it is actually on your own computer, where you like you like have that giant orb that like glows or whatever. I'll have to send those to you. I'll put them in my Google Drive or whatever, and then I'll send them to you. And you can mess around with them. You can move the sliders and you can like see how cool it actually is like on your like, because it looks different on your own computer screen. Those like animations. Yo, what's up, Presley? Bro, I should have never told you that story about Spanky, dude. I'm gonna be streaming when I'm like 80, dude, and you're gonna come on and like call me Spank, dude. You guys ever see those like 80-year-old streamers that are still playing video games and stuff? Maybe I'll be fishing finally by then, man. Maybe I'll finally be fishing on a stream. I don't like my nickname. I don't care. You can call me whatever you want. Subnautica sure came up with a lot of colorful things to call me. Or Faisal or whatever. Faisal or whatever his name was. Oh, you're chill, Biggs. Sometimes, you know what I mean? Life just gets real and it's like, you don't have to question it, kind of. I feel like, you know, it's just like life gets real and it's like in your way, kind of, and you got to deal with it. And it's just like, at that moment, you remember that guy from Syria? Yeah, he actually came in earlier. When I was at the gym, he came in and asked a question. We're all nerds compared to you, Presley, apparently. None of us can live up to your jockness. Um, it's like, I feel like trying to understand that is like trying to understand nothing. It's like we have a word for it, but the word for it still doesn't ever do the idea of nothing justice. You know what I mean? But I think that, what I honestly think though is that like, I think life exists in like two different poles kind of thing. It's like either you're in the moment or you're out of the moment. Like right now, I feel like I kind of exist like outside the moment. I'm not like caught up in life. But I think that like, maybe in early childhood, maybe we live two lives. It's like later adulthood and like early childhood, you know? And it's like, maybe during childhood we are more like sort of like dead because we're just connected to like what the moment is. But then does that, you know what I mean? Are we actually more dead like later on in life because we're not necessarily connected to what the moment is? You know? So I think life exists in like it's like two different poles of this, of like the same thing but different. They're like the same thing but different things. They're like the same thing but two separate things. It's like living in the moment but not like talking about it versus living outside the moment but talking about the moment. I feel like that's like what it would be like to try to experience reality like when you're dead. It's probably the best way to put it. You know, again, like living in the moment but you don't talk about the moment when you're living in the moment because you're in the moment. Or you're outside the moment, but you talk about the moment, and all you talk about is the moment because you're not in it. I feel like that's how you describe like growing up versus adulthood. And it's like children are in their own world, you know? Children are in their own world, and it's like adults are in a different world. We're in a different world now, you know, than when we were kids. This coffee really does like calm me down though, you know? It really does like calm me down. Yeah, I'm gonna have to send you those. You can like apply, like, I tried to make those things, like, I like wrote out some stuff. Like if you looked at my AI prompts, what are we talking about? He just asked me, can reality only be experienced through consciousness? Like, can you experience reality in death or comatose? Is what he asked me. And I said, I think reality exists on like two different sides. And it's like, he's like, in one, or I said, in one, you exist in the moment, but you don't talk about it. And in the other one, you exist outside the moment, but all you talk about is the moment. So it's like our word and our body are always separated. Maybe we exist in a duality all the time. Our consciousness and our physical nature. Maybe we always exist in a duality. Truth or dare? Dare. I'll take dare. Should I call you Faisal? Why do I have to talk about stuff nobody knows? We're just trying, you know what I mean? We're just like, he's just asking me a question and like there's not necessarily a right answer. We're just like trying to, we're just like trying to like understand something, you know what I mean? What is death? Or something like that. Yeah, we don't always have to talk about that stuff. Let's focus on the good things. Yeah, I mean, it was just like, you know, it's trying to like bring peace to an extent, you know what I mean? Like create the idea that we don't need worry in our lives. We don't have to worry about, you know, life. If we can understand it in a greater sense, we can just understand that we're just like things that exist in hyperbole. Musk is taking over. You know what? In America, though, there's always like, America has so many people in it that it's hard to tell what the actual movement is. Like, I'll tell you something. Like, when I was in college, like my first 4 years in college, and that was when Obama was in office. Dude, I didn't pay one like ounce of attention to politics at all. Like, America has so many groups of people that it's like you never know. There could be like millions and millions and millions upon millions of people that don't pay attention to any of that stuff, and it doesn't really affect them. Like, but India, I know India's like on another level, you know what I mean? But here it's like, yeah, there's a lot of people that don't pay attention to the news, and it's like, I know that you can live a life without that, because like, I know that when Obama was president, it was big in the news and stuff like that. But for me, it's like when I first started college and I didn't pay attention to the news at all. And so like, for me, it wasn't even that big of a thing, because I was like living my college years or whatever. What do I call Elon when he visits Egypt? I have no idea. You've been reading newspapers since you were 9. But yeah, I bet like in India, there's like a lot of people that are like, don't pay attention to the news as well. You know what I mean? Here, it's kind of the same thing. It's like I said, when Obama was in office, it was like a massive thing that, you know, there was a black Egyptian Musk. What? Nice one, man. He told me, or not, he didn't tell me, but Elon made a tweet once about like what they would call the conspiracy about him, and he said they're gonna call it Elon Gate instead of like Watergate or whatever, which is like Nixon's thing, like the cologne. I've never heard of Egyptian Musk, but I think that's good that you're like up with the news, alien. You know, I think that's good. I think that's good, man, to keep up with the news and stuff. I think it's like helps you like navigate your world a little bit when you keep up with stuff like that on a day-to-day basis. Europe is panicking. I saw a thing with like Macron and like Trump talking, and I heard that Germany is like having a bunch of issues going on right now. But
they're all the way in Ogden.
That's where she lives.
You don't want to drive all the way over there.
It's like 25 minutes.
I like have only driven in Lincoln though. So I just got my license a week ago.
I could drive.
Well, but then we have to come back.
all the European leaders met. Yeah, I saw Macron meet with like Trump or whatever.
I'll see what they're doing tomorrow. But that's not a big deal.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Like,
Politics,
It's like 3 minutes away.
I kind of like to think that it's like, you know what, it's one of those things. It's like its own planet. Like,
I honestly think you could probably drive there. I'm just nervous.
you know, I like to think that I can like pilot a spaceship.
I mean, I think
Like, I like to think that, you know what, I'm not limited by like the technology of my time. You know, somehow I can like Musk candidate won in Germany. He did. I thought the Musk candidate lost.
Yeah, I
But
took the test and they were like, actually, your instructor.
I like to think that my time isn't limited by time. You know what I mean? Like, I can connect with things that are in the future or that are in the past. I like to think that somehow I can operate a spaceship, and it's like all these systems are like different planets. You know what I mean? And it's like there's planet politics, and somehow if I know how to like operate my,
It was never dangerous.
you know what I mean, my spaceship, which is like
$300.
navigate myself in this world, in this reality, then somehow I can understand what do I know about quantum computing. I passed a physics class about quantum mechanics in college. It was a long time ago, but I did.
That was like one of the 12 things that I ate. So bad.
Basically, like atoms and stuff like that, they have what's called probability waves, where it's like on the quantum level you can't predict like where the atom is, and like so where the electron is, and like how fast it's going at the same time or something like that. It's called Heisenberg's uncertainty principle. It's like the moment you know like a particle's position, you can't know its speed relative in space. And the moment you know a particle's speed, you can't know its position. It's like you can tell the difference between a funny question and a serious question. When it's a joke, you say, I don't know, but when it's a serious question, you dig deep in your imagination. Yeah. Don't worry, I won't steer a spaceship. But see, that's what I like to think, though. It's like, you know what? In some way, I am connected to like through time to different things. That is like quantum mechanics. It's like the idea that with time, things are connected. It's like through space. You know what I mean? And it's like probability of events from a potential place. You know what I mean? So thinking in like that sense of reality, it's like I like to think that I can navigate away from like certain systems. I wrote a whole thing on it once, dude. Like I've had like crazy thoughts, Alien. Like I've tried to like write like for some reason like this was like 3 years ago or something, maybe like two or 3 years ago. I like tried to like think of the most complicated thoughts that I could. For some reason, I was like, I want to like write the most complicated thing possible. I'd focus on things that matter. Yeah, but I think that imagination to an extent, you know what I mean? I don't like to be limited by reality, you know? I don't like to be limited by it. I like to think that dreams have a place in this world and stuff like that, you know? I like to think that like art can change things and like art has an effect on our position of things and stuff like that. Because it's like if you just believe in like the brass tacks of this world, then it's like it only leaves room for one thing, and that's like death. It's like if you give in to the world just what it is, it's like there's only one thing that exists. Like as soon as you give in to the idea that there's no imagination in this world and it's just death, it's like the only prevalent thing is death. And it's like I like to use my imagination to think that I can overcome that. I can overcome the fate of all things, you know, to an extent. It's like that's real, you know what I mean? Like the fact that we cease to exist. But it's like with imagination and with like trying to be creative, it's like somehow I can escape the reality of that. You can always innovate. Yeah. I just don't like to be tied down by anything, so I like to try to make things up. I'll just be honest, like I make up a lot of stuff. I wouldn't necessarily say I lie because I just say I made it up. You know what I mean? It's like, and I'll say like, yeah, I'm just trying to think about this and come up with what makes sense, you know, but I'm not necessarily like, I don't know, but it like sounds cool at least. It's like a musical instrument to an extent. Like using words is like, should be like playing an instrument. It's like, you know, it doesn't necessarily have to make sense, but it sounds cool. Are our moments destined to be forgotten? I had a thought like that just the other day. The craziest thing just happened to you today? What, man? Explain to us while I think about what to say about Big Smoka's thing. But I do, Alien, I understand the importance of things, and like, trust me, I've gotten my dose of reality checks. Like, I get my daily pills of reality, you know what I mean? And it's like, I definitely have to be down here on Earth and like aware of the same things that everybody else is. Trust me, you know what I mean? You want to make music? That'd be cool. Hey, I bet everybody in here, I bet Ellen, if you made some music and put it on your channel, everybody in here would check it out. And they would, everybody in here would probably tell you something about it too. Everybody in here would probably be like, oh yeah, I like this about it or whatever, you know? Let everyone in here know if you ever make some music. Anyone in here. Biggs and me have been sharing music back and forth. But that's a complex process. Yeah, but you just gotta feel it, dude. It's just like art. The hardest part, man, is putting the brush on the canvas. Like the hardest part is just starting. But once you start and commit, then just feel it. It's all right, man. If you don't like it, you don't have to share it. You can throw it away. If you don't like it, man, you can just click delete. But I'll tell you what, like you have to kind of be comfortable with being embarrassed. You know what I mean? Just a little bit, like, because you're putting your feeling out there. And it's like, I think to an extent, like you kind of do have to be comfortable with being a little embarrassed. kind of. At least in my experience. Like if you do art, you know what I mean? If you do art or if you do like poetry or music, you kind of have to be okay with like,
Yeah.
I sound angry? No, I'm just hyped up, man. I'm just hyped up. I just got my coffee finished. Sometimes I just talk loud. You tried making it first time and got a copyright claim? You know what? Like, as long as they don't like put, you can still share your song even if it gets a copyright claim, but as long as they don't put like blocked worldwide or whatever. I know the coffee's been getting to me, guys. Yeah, I'm like talking super fast and loud for sure. The coffee definitely got me tonight. Yeah, man, just let us all know if you do and you want us to like check it out. I bet we'll all be like very patient and understanding, you know what I mean? The guy who made it used the same software. As long as, see with my stuff, as long as YouTube doesn't say blocked worldwide, everybody else can still see it. So it doesn't matter if it has copyrights, they don't take it down. But you know what, man? I believe that though, Biggs, about like the moment just passing by, dude, that's a real thing. Like, is not every moment so great, but in time it just passes by? Like, does that mean the moment doesn't matter? I had a really good thought about that the other day. The tutorial is exhausting. Yeah, I just use Adobe Premiere Pro when I'm for editing stuff. And I usually use other people's like instruments and stuff. And I just make up my own words. I think that the moment actually resides in the past. Let me just say this, Biggs. Maybe the moment is like the past because the moment always passes us by. That's like the idea of the moment, is that it passes by. So maybe the moment is much more related to this thing that's solid. It's like nostalgia. And every once in a while, we can understand how connected we are. Maybe that's why it's like when we flow, it makes us feel like we're in the moment because we know where to go. It's not about what we don't know. Somehow we know, and somehow that makes us feel like we're more in the know. So maybe it's just like we understand we come from somewhere, but we lose that idea because we're made of two things, solid and being. You're thinking of making YouTube videos? Do it, man. I tell everybody to. Make some videos, bro. Make some videos, Mysterious Frog. Oh, dude, I have a crazy one, Biggs. I have a real crazy one for you, bro. I had this thought that I like talked about for an hour about a line. Yeah, join the club, Frog. But maybe it's like the idea, the moment is mixed because it's like the idea of the future is we can do anything, but the idea of the past is that we're something, you see? Somehow we can both get beyond it, but understand it. Hopefully I don't sound rude to you guys. I think the moment might be something else. Maybe we're like the future. And the moment is like the idea of something other. I'm cool, for sure. Cool. Maybe we're afraid of the moment though. Because like maybe the moment is like nothing's real. We can do anything. Especially what we feel. It doesn't have to make sense. And so we're scared of it because the more that we connect with the moment, the more that there is no understanding it. The more that there is no sharing it. And then so we say, there goes the moment. Because it always leaves. It's something that can never be. And maybe that idea is fleeting. How do I be so chill? You know what, man? Everyone says that to me, but I just always tried to like never be violent, dude.
Whoa.
It's like you grow up and like everybody's always hitting each other. Everybody's always like saying mean things to each other and stuff like that. I just always tried not to do that, you know? And it's like, so I've been like hit a lot in this world, you know? And it's like, no matter what I do, I just have to believe that I can just like float, dude.
Bare minimum, truly.
At some point in time, it's like,
Yeah.
I just have to believe that I can like fly is my thing, you know? Like I just have to believe that I can fly. And it's like, I'm never gonna fly if I'm like attached to like anger and like frustration. Being able to fly is like being able to let go of all that stuff. You know, it's like being able to let go of everything. And so if I want to feel like that, if I want to feel like I can fly and it's like I'm light and you know what I mean, like the world is limitless, then I have to let go of frustration. I have to let go of anger. I have to let go of like war. I have to let go of abuse. I have to let go of things that where I feel like people took advantage of me. Things where I got genuinely hurt and got afraid. Yeah, it's like Peter Pan. But you gotta let all that stuff go, man. Because I'll tell you what flying feels like. It feels like you're just light. You just have no weight at all. So you just gotta make sure to just like let go of all that stuff that is like frustration, you know. No matter where you end up, dude, just try to always be like peaceful and happy. And I know sometimes it doesn't always work out, but you just always gotta at least try. It doesn't mean that you don't have, like, you're not like a hard individual who's like been through stuff. I think that it makes you like harder because it's just like you can let it go. You know what I mean? Like you really can just like let it go. So maybe if the moment is something else, maybe it's like the idea of catching something. But that's why it always leaves us, because we realize it's not ourselves. And that's why we love it, but we let it go, because in the end, we truly know that it's not us, it's something else. It's always the idea of something else that lifts us up. Every time we see something that makes us feel great, we have to acknowledge that it's something else. It gives us hope. It gives us a chance to see, a chance to be, a chance to grab a hold of, some solidity. It's always something else, especially if it proves the moment. Maybe that's why it just leaves, man, because it's not us. The moment's never us. Yeah, but in the end, it doesn't even matter, right? But see, that's like flying, but you just gotta like, it's like, that's like a beat of a wing. But that's like the strong end of it. But like the soft end of it is just let it go. Or whatever. Like off Frozen, right? She's like, let it go, let it go. You guys know Frozen, right? Let it go. That used to be such a big thing here. Hey Biggs, if you're still here, everybody ended up showing up, man. If you're still here, everybody showed up. Not Frozen, I know, right? Average white girls. Yeah, everybody here probably thinks that too, man. Everybody here probably thinks that too, Alien. It got tiring. It got tiring of hearing that. When that movie came out, like everybody and their dog was singing it. So funny. Yeah, man, it's always about something else. The moment you discover something, you have to let it go, bro. That's like proving it. The moment you prove something exists, it always is something else. That's what I think. I actually think that the idea of truth, like absolute truth itself, is just the idea of movement. So it's like as soon as you prove something, you have to let it go. Because you proved that it's like beyond you. So maybe so, Biggs, maybe so. Some nights we have short nights, guys. Some nights we have a night like this. Pretty bumping. It's a good one, guys. It's a good one. But I think I'm going to get out of here, though. Yeah, but the cold never bothered me anyway. Nice, Alien. I love it, man. But seriously, don't ever think, you guys, that it's like, you know, I'm just being chill. Like, you guys give me reason to, like, chill, you know? One day we're going to figure this all out. Yeah, we will. And then we'll just be like, let's do it again, right? One day we'll figure it all out, and then we'll be like, let's go, man. Let's go, bro. Let's go do it again. Is what's going to happen. But yeah, don't ever forget, you guys. It's like, I mean, I'm only in here chilling because you guys are here, you know what I mean? Like I said, some nights we have short streams. Some nights we have a long stream, you know? I mean, I need music. Yeah, we're just talking. And like, unless I want my stream to get copyrighted, I have to play like no copyright music or whatever, you know what I mean? Mongolian techno might help, yeah. What, the throat thing? Like, that kind? Where they like vibrate their throat. But anyways, guys, yeah, it's been a good one. It's been a good night. Everybody showed up, so we're all still here. Everybody's still alive. We're all still kicking. The group's still alive, guys. We're all still going strong. Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you? We need some help from you now. Throat singing. But anyways, guys, I think I'm gonna head out. Go make some dinner for myself. He showed up earlier when I was at the gym. He showed up and said hello. He just said hello and then he left earlier today. Like an hour and a half ago when I was at the gym, he showed up. All right, yeah, and I'll send those body soda. It's Faisal or Subnautica, whatever he goes by. Hubert. He went by like Hubert for a second. Remember that like big long German name that he like made up?
Oh, for sure.
He goes by Subnautica now. But yeah, he was here like an hour and a half ago. He just said hello and left. Yeah, it's the guy that keeps changing his names. But we know it's the same person because he keeps asking me to play the same games and stuff. He says like play Poppy Playtime and play like Bad Parenting and stuff like that. So we know it's like the same guy. Yeah, at first he said he was from Syria and then he said he's from Germany or whatever, so we don't know. But it looks like he can read like Arabic and stuff, so probably from Syria. He could be both. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure, but I think, remember in like the first time he like joined the streams, he was like reading Syrian and stuff like that, and he was like saying, it said like, please bless me through Muhammad and like all this stuff or whatever. I remember him saying that. A Syrian immigrant in Germany, maybe, because that's kind of what's going on in Germany right now, kind of.
I'm not used to doing this at 2:45, but I'm used to being or 1. So then I like,
I hate coming in at 4. This shit is so frustrating.
because then it's like, you hustle.
From the get-go. Like, I don't, and also, like, it's
I'm gonna go though, guys. If anybody wants to get on and see me play some video games,
Yeah.
they're into anti-immigration. Make sure I had the lyrics. Yeah, I've been following along with the lyrics on the other ones, man. The other ones you sent me, I've been reading the lyrics as the song was like playing and stuff. But all right, guys, I'm gonna go. It's been great. Everybody showed up tonight, so we had a little party. We're all still alive and we're all still kicking. So global leaders, let's sign off, right? With our international meeting. Yeah, everybody take care, okay? Bye, guys.